I thought our coaching staff did a nice job organizationally getting the team ready to go execute practice one, the number of snaps, the number of reps. I thought we elevated our game in a lot of ways from where we left off in December, and I think that's a very strategic, direct, and select approach to how we wanted to attack practice number one. The returners that we have, I think in 2 months' time, have done a tremendous job on physically changing their bodies for the better, either weight gain or weight loss guys. We're a much bigger, stronger, faster, more explosive football team today than we were last year. So last year's not the measuring stick. We understand that. That's just a point that I'm trying to make with our team. You learn from your lessons and you apply them and find areas that we need to get better, and you address them and go. And I thought our guys did that. I thought Coach Crabtree on the offensive line, being a new coach in our system for the first time, he was ready to go this morning, did a great job. His guys were ready. And then Coach Kane, it's obviously not in this system. So I thought he did a tremendous job as well on getting his side of the ball ready to go execute practice one in the spring. And then we had Coach Marshall. He was already here, and Coach Ford was here. But excited about what our guys did day one. And now can we stack it? Just keep stacking days and keep improving. There's great positional battles across the board, which is exciting. There's real competition at most every spot, which is fun. And I thought our recruiting department and personnel staff did a nice job with the additions that we've made. Our high school class, the freshmen, the mid-year freshmen, they're an impressive group. And then I certainly think that we hit on a number of transfer portal guys that will have an immediate impact.
How does it change the vibe at all to have a returning starting quarterback?
Well, you would like for those experiences that he went through, along with the team, the guys that are returning, that they build on those and they understand. I think Ryan wasn't here last year at this time, so it's fun to see what he learned from last year and then how he's trying to go attack that, not run from it, but go attack from the deficiencies and get it better. So I think he's a little more comfortable right now with who he is on being able to lead vocally, and obviously I think he's got, we all have room to grow and get better, but he understands that, and he's opened himself up to understanding how he can improve, and he's trying to attack those things every single day.
How do you see that offensive line coming together, Barry?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, because the guys that are returning, obviously, just from a terminology standpoint, have a little bit of an advantage. But I've said before, at this point, it doesn't matter if you've been here 5 years or 12 months. It's our job to get them ready to go play, and then the newcomers coming in. The one thing I will say with the offensive line group, they already are communicating in a really good pace, which we need, and they'll continue. Obviously, hopefully today will be the worst day in that world of how they communicate together. Let's keep getting better from here, and I thought today was really good from that standpoint. So I think the ability to cross-train those guys, and then also the number of guys that we can get to play the center position, on how important that'll be, identifying who that is. And Boaz Stanley wasn't out here today. His wife had a baby yesterday, so he's with her, and so should be back. He was here for meetings this morning, and then went back to the hospital, and so that's another piece that wasn't out there. So we'll be excited to get him in the mix as well. So I like the group. I really like the high school class that we signed, at the offensive line guys, and then the guys that transferred in got a chance to make huge strides in that area where we need it.
Other than Ryan, having all the quarterbacks other than Corin back from last year too, kind of put you a step ahead early, right?
Well, I think Coach Henshaw has been able to spend a lot of time with him, and Coach Henson and I have as well. So I think just I'm going to keep talking about it. The ability to retain players, how important that is, in my opinion, in today's world, and to have the number of guys at that spot back, we're light years of where we were last year.
You had a couple guys there at the end of practice on defense making plays on the ball. A JUCO guy, a transfer guy. Is that kind of keeping in what you saw during the winter, what you saw during Winning Edge, is the impact those guys are making?
Well, I think all of those guys, they've got a chance. And again, it goes back to, I think we've got real competition at every spot. You saw those guys make plays today at the end. The playmaking ability, that it comes with a couple things. Number one, you're athletic enough to do it. Number two, you understand the scheme that's been taught to you. And then three, you're bold enough to go take a chance and make a play in that situation of 2 minutes. So, it's fun to see on both sides of the ball, to see playmakers make plays. And obviously we were short on that last year and need more of it. And moving in the right direction for sure.
You talked about guys changing their bodies. Is there anyone in particular that's kind of stood out in that regard to you?
Trey Moore, he got here, and without getting into deep details of numbers, and really in 7 weeks gained about 22 pounds, I think, and obviously it's good weight. Charles Correa did the same thing. He had a goal of being a certain weight today, and he hit it, and he had to, it will be documented, I think, pretty well. His diet intake is of like between 6,500 and 7,000 calories a day on what it takes to get to where he needed to go, and the discipline that takes. I mean, I can do it, but it's not the right 7,000 calories. But Charles on a mission to be a really good player, and he realized, in this league he needed to get bigger, and that's, he went to work and got it done.
Where's TJ Lindsey in his timeline of getting back to being a full
Yeah,
guy for you?
I think after spring break, he'll be back active for at least parts of the practice.
Is Joey Tomero okay?
He is. Yeah, he had an off-season surgery. He's able to go through our walkthrough stuff, but not in position to have clearance yet for 11-11 situation.
George Byrne is a guy who's battled injuries throughout his career, but when he's healthy,
He looked good today, didn't he? I mean, just amazing. Big athlete, 245 pounds, can run and catch, can block at the point of attack. We saw it early last year, lost him obviously, so got to keep him healthy, find a way to do that if we can. I think, he'll be an elite player.
If you talk about the competition at running back, Barry, to me it looks like a pretty exciting room.
It is. You look at Antonio Harris coming back, that has some valuable game experience, and he has gone to work as well in the offseason on transforming what, more explosive, more durable, quickness, some of those things. Really, proud of what he's done. And then the new group that's come in, they've all got a little bit of a different skill set, but some similarities as well. And I think, if we can keep developing that group, certainly, if you can play 4 guys there at that role that really have a chance to help your team out, there's only benefit in that, in my opinion.
Was it a foregone conclusion that Charles was going to take over that Mike role, or is there sort of a vetting process as to what kind of linebacker needs?
Yeah, he played both spots today. We're just going to continue to, if you can play Mike, you need to be able to play Will, and vice versa. So